Joe. Crazy Joe. Yeah, I'm Crazy Joe. I be running through the snow. Got no pants, got no shirt, got no money.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe. We're back at the Regal, and I'm going to check out Roofman. Roofman starring Channing Tatum. Peter Dinklage is in this movie. It's a true story about a burglar who was robbing McDonald's by climbing on the roof or something, and he ends up hiding out in an old Toys R Us. I don't know, the trailers looked interesting. It's supposedly based on a true story. It's getting pretty good reviews. It's been out for over a week. I am way behind on my movies. There are so many movies that look really good that are out right now. Good Fortune with Keanu Reeves, haven't seen that yet. Black Phone 2, haven't seen that yet. But I've just been slammed at home and haven't been able to get out of the house. So I'm way behind. But we're finally going to check out Roofman. So let's go. Hopefully this is as good as it looks. It's a Wednesday night, pretty quiet in here, pretty empty. But the place is all decked out for Halloween. It looks quite nice. I showed this before. We got a big boo sign there. There's some ghosts. There's even a Christmas tree up already. But yeah, no. Nice Halloween decorations. We're in Theater 20 tonight. Apparently I'm losing my mind. I actually said we're in Theater 20, and I pointed in the direction of Theaters 1 through 12. Just not paying attention tonight, I guess. But no, wrong wing. Wrong wing of the theater. We're in 20, which is the opposite direction. There it is. Roofman. Looking forward to checking this one out. Based on actual events and terrible decisions. Before we get to that, let's see what's around the corner. Oh, look. The Mandalorian and Grogu. That's probably my most anticipated film. It's gone now. The Mandalorian and Grogu is probably my most anticipated film of 2026. I'm really looking forward to that one. Black Phone 2, still have to see that one. Sarah's Oil, starring Shazam himself, Zachary Levi. He's a disappointment. Such a good actor, such a talented actor, and he's made some terrible decisions. And we're a little bit early. We're back home. Let's talk about Roofman. Took me a while to get out to see this one. I wanted to see this one. True story, set in the early 2000s. I guess it crosses over between the 90s and the early 2000s. We watch everything happen in rapid succession, but I looked it up, and it really did happen over the course of years. We get this guy, played by Channing Tatum, who was breaking into McDonald's. He was a former military guy, and he worked at a McDonald's, apparently, realized every McDonald's is run the same, and that because they're all run the same, it would be very easy to come up with a plan to rob these McDonald's and then do it over lots of McDonald's. So what he would do is he would come in through the roof. He would hide out till the morning crew got there. Then when the morning crew got there, he would put them in the freezer and rob the place. That was his MO. He was also known for being very, very polite. For example, before he put them in the freezer, he'd make sure they had their coats on because he didn't want them to be cold. Very, very nice, polite man who just happened to be a robber. Kind of a contradiction, but that's one of the things in the movie. They're all surprised at just how nice he is to them when he's robbing them. So he gets sent to prison, escapes prison, and realizes, well, if I just go on the run, they're probably going to find me. Most people go on the run and they're found. I'm going to stay right here in the town where they're looking for me. Because they won't think to look for me there. They won't be like they're going to think I left town. So that's where they're going to be looking for me. I'll stay here, but I'll stay hidden. And he hides in a Toys R Us, lives in a Toys R Us, finds a display. There's this bike display, and it's got kind of a fake wall. And he realizes that nobody ever goes beyond the display. So he lives there during the day while the store's in business. He's hiding out behind one of the display walls. Nobody knows he's there. He only comes out at night because he's got military training. He knows how to turn off the cameras so they're not recording, so nobody can check in the morning and see if the cameras are on, but they're not recording. So if you're not there watching the cameras live, you're not going to see him. And when the morning crew comes in, they won't be able to rewind the cameras and see what happened overnight because it wasn't recording. So he basically has free reign of this Toys R Us all night, and goes back behind the wall during the day, and that's how he lives. It gets a little more complex. Kirsten Dunst plays an employee at the Toys R Us that he comes to like just from watching her on the cameras and listening to her conversations through the radios. But he never actually meets her because he's hidden behind the wall. But after getting to like her, he kind of puts himself in a position where he does leave the Toys R Us and he does meet her, and he creates an assumed identity and falls in love with her. But it's a lie because she doesn't even know his real name. He's given her assumed name. And how can a relationship like that last, right? Like how could a relationship built on a lie ever last? And that's kind of the quandary of the film, because she doesn't really know who he is, but he is legitimately falling for her. And it creates all kinds of moral quandaries on what he's going to do next. What's his next move? Because he's putting plans in place to leave the country. Does he want to do that? Because that would mean leaving her. And that's kind of where we stand. And this is a true story. I looked it up. Sounds like it was pretty accurate from what I read, except for things like in the movie, he goes to prison and we see him break out pretty quickly. That took 4 years. He was in prison for 4 years before he eventually broke out. So the movie that kind of glosses over that, but that was a 4-year span that he was in prison before his escape. This is a pretty solid movie. The performances are good. Kirsten Dunst is very good. Channing Tatum's very good. Peter Dinklage is great as the manager of the Toys R Us. He gives a great performance. He always gives a great performance. But Dinklage is wonderful in it. What's his name from Spider-Man? Flash Thompson from the Spider-Man movies. What's Tony Ravioli? That's not his name. Not Ravioli. You know the guy I mean. In the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. He plays one of the McDonald's managers that gets robbed by Channing Tatum's Jeffrey. He's good. The whole cast is good. Ben Mendelsohn from Captain Marvel. He's in it as a pastor at the church that Kirsten Dunst goes to. He's good. Very good cast. Very interesting story. Very engaging story. If I have one complaint, it's that this movie does feel like it goes on maybe 20 minutes too long. It is a true story, but you kind of get a gist of where it's going. And I feel like towards the end, it takes us a while getting there. I was very ready to leave at the end of the film. Like, I don't know. I feel like if they could have just trimmed like 20 minutes out of this movie. It's a 2-hour movie. It should have maybe been a 90 to 100 minute movie. Now, that's my takeaway. But it's hard to gripe too much. It is a solid film, one of the best things out there right now. So I definitely recommend Roofman. If you get a chance, go check it out. It took me a while to get there, but it was worth it. So I don't know how much longer this thing's going to be out. I don't know how it's probably not doing great at the box office. Nothing really is, but it's something I would definitely recommend. All right, everyone. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet, keep wearing those pajamas. With the back door flap, keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.